of this program.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Brainstorm exclusive interview.
Our education should be corrected, adapted, and updated.
Live better, they can send their children to school because they can interact with their authorities.
Mechanics, electricity, computer science, innovation,
And we know that this Brainstorm.
You yourself, after watching this interesting program, notice the final statement made by our notable guest, a brand new one. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Brainstorm Broadcast. We all know that for a country in the world to go ahead, economic growth is vital. However, we cannot talk about economic growth without mentioning or referring to a sustainable investment. So today's theme is a sustainable investment for a better future. We're going to find out the definition of a sustainable development, also how can investment affect productivity in a country. We are enthusiastic on this stage to deal with this relevant issue with a guest whose name is Rodrigue Bonsole. Hello, Rodrigue.
Hi, sir. I'm very proud to be here once again in the national TV to participate in beautiful debate concerning investment. And I am very happy to give you more information about it and to give the third definition of the investment.
The pleasure is shared. Bonsole is a teacher of English, also, but not only spokesperson. Also a former member of American Corner English Club. We are happy to discuss this issue one more time, a sustainable investment for a better future. The concept sustainable investment, what does it mean according to your perspective?
It is traditionally as defined as the commitment of the resources to achieve later benefit. If an investment involves money, then it can be defined as the commitment of money to receive more money later. From a broader viewpoint, an investment can be defined as to tailor the pattern of expenditure and receipt of resources to optimize the desirable patterns of this flow. Okay, in finance, the purpose of investing is to generate a return of the invested assets and to gain more money later. It is very important to explain to the public the true definition of this investment so we can come up with good ideas and good topics and good solutions to come on here in DRC.
Yes, I know that investment is a little bit broad subject when we include in that not only financing, but there are also other things. So it's like education, like business, somebody can invest in or it can undertake. So
Okay.
it's very important for us to discuss.
Okay.
Mid or short, mid, or long-term investment. So how important is sustainable investment in a country?
But basically, I want to point out something also very important to you. You got to know that we have stocks businesses ownership known as equity and publicity trade companies. We have bonds and loans to government and business to trade. We have cash holding in particular currency. We have real estate. We have private equity. We have investors. We have farming. And in this field, if you go to one-on-one definitions, you will find the true importance of the investment. We have short-term investment, we have middle-term investment, and we have long-term investment. In those investments, you need to have a true person who's wise in order to generate the benefit after some years. For example, if you go to the Congo, here we have people want to sell, people want to go to Dubai, and people want to make a kind of businesses to give what do you call it as a result. You will find out that the investment is important to give real life of the economy of our country.
Yes, in addition to the fact that we can deal with economy, business, education, whatever. Here we know that the main thing is a sustainable development. It's not something that can start today and tomorrow is done or finished.
Yeah.
We want to watch this video that emphasizes on the definition of sustainable investing. Please watch and we're back.
The issue of sustainability is driving more and more of our decisions every day. Sustainable investing is an approach that helps guide where you invest your money. It enables you to invest in companies whose values, beliefs, and behaviors best match up with yours. Sustainable investing means looking closely at a company's ESG, environmental, social, and governance practices before allocating your money to them. Many investment managers around the world are already taking into consideration a company's ESG factors for a more balanced approach that could help achieve mid to long-term growth. Knowing in advance if a company has water pollution issues, for instance, or product safety or corruption concerns can help investors steer clear of potential negative financial surprises. Companies that understand the upside of sustainability are potentially more innovative and attract better talent, which could result in a competitive advantage. And now, Scotia iTrade is the first in Canada to offer direct investors sustainable investing tools that provide insights on individual companies. Research and analysis are provided by Sustainalytics, a global leader in ESG research, on more than 1,200 companies on the TSX and Russell 1000. Now you can easily generate investing ideas that align with your principles of social responsibility. Avoid companies involved in practices you disagree with. Support companies whose values you share, all while potentially watching your portfolio grow. That's sustainable investing, and Scotia iTrade makes it easy. Direct invest the way you live. Learn more about the first resource in Canada that empowers you to direct invest sustainably, Scotia iTrade. Knowledge doesn't just happen. Make it happen with Scotia iTrade. Visit scotiaitrade.com to learn more and get started.
All right, now let's come back to the fact we want to know the importance of investment in any given country.
Okay, in a given country, basically, Mr. Guy, you have to know that we need to have a good government. The government has to plan a future of his population. For instance, here in Congo, we do not have good roads. We need to have roads that links provinces from Congo Central until Lubumbashi. If we don't have roads, how can you produce and get products at the same time? No way if, for example, you have beans or tomatoes in Congo Central and you want to send it back to Lubumbashi, it will take you more than, I think, 1 month to reach there. Why? Because we do not have road. We need to have strong people, to come up with good ideas. You might have roads, but you don't have people with good ideas. You see, you might have money and you don't have something to do with this money. You just spend your money by buying something else. But you need to have people who are well educated to come up with good ideas. And after that, the government has to encourage people, for example, young guys or coming from the universities, for example, political parties, to give them means and money, to educate the people so that those people may come up with good solutions for the people. Because one man in the government can't work. We have a huge country like Democratic Republic of the Congo, which is big. It needs to have good men to work with it.
Okay, but I know that we need to emphasize on financing. Mm-hmm. We cannot achieve anything regarding the sector we want to invest in just without having a strong economy.
Yeah.
So you know that is not is an open secret that in Congo there is no economy is much extroverted. It's like Congo depends. So if we're not
depending on our outside.
For our outside.
Yeah,
so I want you to tell us which investment should be promoted, local or foreign?
We have to promote the local investment more than the foreigner. Why local? You have educated people to work for your country. You have goods, you have raw materials, you have all of those stuffs. And how will you make them up if you don't have your own citizens work on it. Strangers will come and work and steal your raw materials and go out. You need to put your people, to give them jobs and to work for your country, produce, sell, get money, build, make farming, make, shops, make, schools, to give the people works to do.
Yes,
because if money is produced here and we get money here, the country will go up. You see in South Africa, I heard I follow kind of a documentary. So people were working for their own country, and they get money. Money is left there, and they are building the country well. You see in China, for example. You see in the USA, they work for their own country and they build the country.
Yes, but I know that not everybody is a businessman. Not everyone has money just to start a business or to invest in whatever sector he wants to invest in.
Farming.
The state can help.
Yeah.
The state can help. Even banks can help. But it seems that the majority of citizens are not serious. They're not trustworthy when they're given funds just to start a business to invest locally.
Yes, sir, but you have to know that the farming doesn't require much money as you can think. Farming, you can just go and make a farming in your house, or you just sow something which is very important for yourself. You say after sometimes you get the result. You don't have just to wait for the state to do something else. You think about yourself. Think about what can you do to your country, and don't think about what can country do for you. This is very important for the people to understand.
All right, you talk about a lot of things, and sometimes I want you to be a little bit precise.
Okay.
If you can target one sector in which sustainable investment fits you better, which one can you target?
As kind of food. You see commodity, for example, people are very hungry. We have to sow, we have to cultivate, we have to produce food for the people. A hungry belly can't think well. A hungry belly can't work well. A hungry belly can't understand what is the true result of the things. We have first of all to work for the food, and after that we'll go on roads, and after we go to the studies and we go on. You see, we think much more about the social. Food. People don't eat well. People have to eat 3 times a day, in the morning, in the noon, and in the afternoon. So if we eat well, we will think more about education, traveling, sewing, buying clothes. This is going to be fine for the
And I can understand that the main issue is the one who is at the center is man himself.
Yeah.
Human resources are very important.
Exactly.
He must have a good social life in order to be encouraged to move forward to invest if you want to make something better.
Exactly.
There is something very important about sustainable investment. Please watch this video, understand sustainable investing.
So the Earth is getting warmer.
Climate change.
Environmental damage.
Go green.
Search for sustainability.
Let's talk about sustainable investing. Some people say it's just greenwashing, or it's just marketing, or they think it's as simple as excluding a few rogue companies from a portfolio. In reality, things are rarely that simple. For many people, plastic is just bad, but we know that it really depends on what you use it for. How about the plastic used to build sustainable robots, wind turbines, or lightweight cars? Most believe that aviation, the automotive, and heavy industry are the biggest CO2 polluters. We know that if you look further, the facts will show that even the carbon emissions produced by information and communication technology rival those of the global aviation industry. And when people say, get rid of palm oil, we know it's not that simple. Instead of banning palm oil altogether, Robeco is working hard to change the industry and make it sustainable. At Robeco, we measure, test, and revise our measurements based on what we learn to be true about the world, not just what we feel to be true. When it comes to sustainable investing, Robeco has always led the pack. In partnership with our Center for Sustainable Investing Expertise, Robeco SAM, we use facts and hard data to assess companies' sustainability credentials. We integrate ESG insights into every strategy and offer thematic funds that focus on impact. And we actively engage with companies to change their practices. If they don't, we will steer clear of them. We think investing is about generating financial returns and creating well-being to preserve the planet for future generations. And we firmly believe that the companies taking sustainability seriously today will be the ones making money tomorrow. Our approach to sustainable investing? Follow facts, not emotions. Robeco, the investment engineers.
Yeah, we want just to find out field of infrastructure, for instance, if you want to talk about building roads and even other things, like in terms of infrastructure, it looks like in Congo those things are built, are made not to last for long. Right, it means here the focus is on made short-term but not long-term investment. So what can be done to assure sustainable investment when it comes to infrastructure in the Democratic Republic of Congo?
This is something very important, the journalists. I talked to you before we began here that the government has to take on all of these fields. You see, for example, in real estate, we are having many houses here. The particular are building houses, and if they build their houses, they just put the price they want. They are out of control. But if the government builds its own house and it keeps on watching on it, the thing will be well. I think the government is the responsible. The first responsible is the government. He has to build house. He has to give people, to choose what kind of person can watch over this stuff. Because the particulars, they just go on in disorder and they don't have to follow what kind of principles you have put on them. For example, I built my house. I just put it, my house is 3-bedroom. I talked to you that you have to pay, for example, $200 a month. But if the government himself builds his house and you put it for $50 a month, he says it's very important. And in Angola, for example, we had a government who built many houses just for the people, and they gave them for free of charge. People are living there, but they pay fewer amount of money. You see, the very responsible here is the government. We have to have the government who thinks more about his people, because people have to go on, in different ways.
Yes, but we must also be realistic. I thought you would be pointing out some of the things that the government is facing.
Yeah.
Even Congolese or citizens themselves are facing follow-up.
Yeah.
There is no follow-up in any given undertaking.
Exactly.
No, you start something and then tomorrow there is no follow-up and
it
breaks down,
yeah,
and there is no repair. Mm-hmm. So what can be done to get this situation fixed?
The countries, the human mind, the human mindset has to be well settled. The first responsible here is the family. The family has to take care of all of his stuff is watching over. For example, we have roads. The government has built roads for the people. And you just go on the road, you take a bottle and you throw on the road. You take a kind of a plastic bag and you throw on the road. You see, yourself, you are responsible. We have to think about the future. We have to think about this country. We have to think about the Congo of 2050. Who's going to take care of it if I destroy my own country? I don't have to destroy my own country because I only have this as the only single country to live. So the people have to be responsible, and then the government will come and help you.
Dear viewers, you are watching this program on a sustainable investment for a better future. It's true that the responsibilities are shared.
Right.
On one hand, we have the government, on the other hand, the citizens themselves,
right,
to assure a sustainable investment for a better future. But one thing you must know is that investment or a sustainable investing can also affect the productivity. How? Please watch.
One of the most important pieces in the labor productivity puzzle is investment. After the crisis, investment collapsed and capital services growth, the value derived from it, is still near historic lows. When we ask company executives what are the drivers for and the barriers to investment, three stand out. First, it's demand and demand growth expectations. Secondly, it's risks and various forms of uncertainty. And thirdly, internal funding capacity and cash flow. Notably absent from the list are interest rates and access to external finance. Any policy to drive productivity growth hence needs to take into account investment, support demand, and remove unnecessary uncertainty.
But now, it's true that you're talking about things, you try to go into detail, explaining realities, because I know that you are honest when you talk about situations related to our country, Congo. And so I want to know, there are Congolese people living abroad, Congolese people from diaspora. They produce, they work outside. But why do less Congolese citizens, why do they bring back less home in terms of investments?
Maybe you don't have too many details. I heard in Gambia, the country is close to Senegal. They have $3 billion coming from the diaspora. I heard in South Africa they have a kind of $200 billion coming from diaspora. And in Congo here we have much money that are coming from diaspora, but that we don't have a kind of statistics. I think the diaspora is working much role in this country. We don't have to neglect them. And we don't have also to close hands. We have to work hands on hands. We have to come up with good ideas. We have to come up with solutions. And we have to come up with development. You just have to send your money and send things from Dubai or France or United States. But how are you doing as a follow-up? Money can come in here, and you send your money in Congo, for example, to buy a kind of buy woods. But after buying woods, you send them to China to build a kind of chairs and all those armchairs. But what is the income that you're sending to your country? We have to think much more about your own country, because the country needs to work well and come up.
Yes, it takes a patriotism. Citizens must think a lot about their country.
Of course.
And know that to make things so better and also assure a better future when it comes to sustainable development, the investment, I meant. So what can we look forward to as far as sustainable investment is concerned?
Okay, we have to push people to work. We have to tell people that you don't have to close your hands. You have to work much more for your own life. You see, if someone is working and is investing for his future, the guy will be very proud and gain or eat his product after some years. But if you don't work and you just close your hand, you spend your money, in the future you will become poor. Investment for a long term, it is a kind of a saving much money in the future. So people have to work, people have to build, people have to take care of what is in, what we have as a possession. Okay, the possession of things we have to keep them safe. You don't have to spoil, just keep them safe so it will help you in the future. This is kind of my idea.
All right, thank you so much, Bonsole, for your insights.
You're welcome,
ideas
sir.
that help to viewers understand a sustainable investment for a better future. We are at the end of our program. Have you noticed that things were well? We discussed this relevant issue, a sustainable investment for a better future. Democratic Republic of Congo is as well included. So if you want to find out more, we'd like you to stay tuned on the national channel for further discussions in the days ahead. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am Guy Tombi from RTNC de Développement. Please stay tuned on the main channel. Thanks for watching and bye. Here are some highlights of this program.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Brainstorm exclusive interview.
Our education should be corrected, adapted, and updated.
Live better, they can send their children to school because they can interact with their authorities.
Electricity, computer science, and, innovation,
And we know that this brainstorm.
Yourself after watching this interesting program, notice the final statement made by our notable guest, a brand new one. Here are some highlights of this program.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Brainstorm exclusive interview.
Our education should be corrected, adapted, and updated.
Live better, they can send their children to school because they can interact with their authorities.
Electricity, computer science, and, innovation,
And we know that this brainstorm.
Yourself after watching this interesting program, notice the final statement made by our notable guest, a brand new one.